Manchester United are through to the Europa League final after beating Athletic Club by 4-1 at Old Trafford. But it wasn't all plain sailing, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how they did it. We're going to be breaking down the tactics and looking at the changes that Ruben Amorim made to get United to the final. As I mentioned previously, it wasn't all plain sailing, and that was down to the great play and tactical nous of Athletic Club. Manchester United found something that was really unique in the game against Athletic Club, and that was their tactical positioning of Manuel Ugarte alongside Alejandro Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes in that first leg. But Athletic Club learnt from their mistakes and made some really key tactical adaptations. Of course, the extra man helped, but tactically, Athletic Club were a lot more dynamic. They changed a lot of things, and it gave them the foothold in the game to swing the momentum in their favour and get a goal. But what did they change? First of all, we need to take a look at the way they set up. Tactically in their 4-4-2 defensive shape, but operating with their attacking midfielder as the real pin onto Casemiro. This really prevented United from playing through Casemiro a lot of the time, which meant that when Ugarte moved himself forwards next to the attackers, he was then covered by two Athletic Club midfielders. This meant that United weren't able to progress through the centre of the pitch anywhere near as easily. The second thing that Athletic Club did so well was really utilise their fullbacks. Pushing them onto both Garnacho and Fernandes meant that United's attackers didn't have a lot of space to work with. So when they dropped deep and came central, the Athletic Club fullbacks would end up following, creating a lot of havoc in the centre of the pitch, creating a lot of congestion, and meaning that United weren't able to gain any kind of rhythm. Now, the actual knock-on effect of that is what happened down the sides, because that's where the space was. Because United operate in a 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 system, utilising these two players in Fernandes and Garnacho to be really narrow, it naturally brought those fullbacks narrow, and it meant that the space, if United was ever going to exploit it, would always be on the wings behind the Athletic Club wingers. That meant that Patrick Dorgu and Mazraoui had a job to do. Beat your respective winger, beat your respective marker, and you were able to get United really on the front foot. Occasionally, you found Dorgu finding that space, occupying that space, but he wasn't able to convert a number of different chances for a number of different reasons. Mazraoui failed to have the real aggressive approach, I think, in this game, and it meant that he wasn't able to beat his respective winger a lot in this game, which prevented United from being able to progress down this right hand side and really funneled them down this left or through the centre, allowing for Athletic Club to regain possession and then make their momentum go back the other way. It was something that didn't allow United to get any kind of rhythm, any kind of momentum, and it really started to swing in Athletic Club's favour until Ruben Amorim made his changes. And this is what Ruben Amorim did, a three-pronged substitution that completely changed the makeup of this Manchester United side, and in doing so, really switched the momentum back in their favour. First of all, you had Luke Shaw coming in for Mazraoui. Luke Shaw positioning himself out on this left-hand side as a left wing-back. This gave Patrick Dorgu the ability to move on to the right-hand side as the right wing-back. Now, I really like Mazraoui, but I feel like he just missed out on the aggression in this game, the ability to take the space in behind the Athletic Club winger. This is something that Dorgu did time after time again relentlessly, and then still had the ability to track back to help out his team whenever he needed to. So already you've got better aggression, you've got better athleticism on both flanks, and the ability to take this space. This spreads the Athletic Club back line and forces those wingers back a bit, giving United a little bit more space. This has a knock-on effect for Leny Yoro, who had a clear intention and clear instructional change from Ruben Amorim to be aggressive, to pick up the ball and drive forwards, to take the space once Athletic Club had relinquished it. So once you have Dorgu and Shaw push these players back, you have Athletic Club in a far more defensive position. This means that the space in front of these players is available to be taken. You need your United players now to take that space, be aggressive and pen Athletic Club in. And in Yoro's case, this was absolutely clear. It was absolutely key. And he drove move with the ball and positioned himself really well to take that space. This gave United a foothold in terms of an aggressive sense, but also a pitch positional sense, which gave them the foothold to be able to go forwards. The next thing that Amorim did was drop Bruno Fernandes. Away from this left attacking midfield slot, he dropped him into a centre mid role. This is to help facilitate possession along with Casemiro, who did struggle on occasion because of his hybrid man-marking partner in that Athletic Club attacking midfielder. With dropping Bruno, you've now got a player who's able to play the ball, pick his head up on the swivel and play passes into the likes of your attacking midfielders, into the likes of your wing-backs, or even recycle possession but then move with the ball to then give them another option. It was critical and key in regaining Manchester United's possession game. And then comes the forwards, the key areas of the pitch. Amad comes in for Garnacho and Mason Mount finds himself in that left attacking midfield role where we know Bruno likes to play. With Mount in the side, not only does he have a better athleticism than Bruno, but he also has that same positional awareness to be able to find himself in between pockets of space between these Athletic Club players. It was this positioning that gave them the foothold to then go forwards, and then you had Amad on the other side with his pace, his dynamism, his athleticism and ability to beat a player that would automatically open up channels, but naturally drop this Athletic Club backline down a bit. If you have Amad beat a player, you're going to have the Athletic Club players naturally just drop back. This again gives space that Manchester United need to take with their two central midfielders. All of this comes together to create a Manchester United side that not only is more aggressive, not only is more attacking in terms of their intentions, but also more athletic when it comes to regaining possession and more proactive. And that's a key phrase I would put here, proactive. More proactive in their plays to be able to drive forwards. It transformed their game and really allowed them to start to dominate the match and get them that convincing win through to the final. All of this comes together and is illustrated really well for United's first goal. So what have you got? You first of all got Amad with the ball out on this right hand side. He's positionally swapped with Patrick Dorgu just for a moment. Dorgu's taking up Amad's right attacking midfield role. Absolutely fine. You've got Bruno Fernandes moving into a more aggressive positional area because of the fact that United are in possession. Again, taking up that aggressive role that Ugarte had in that first leg. You've also got Casemiro drop back a little bit deeper to help facilitate possession. But what else have you got? If you look at the positional play of the Athletic Club players, you've got them leaving acres of space, and that's because they're really concerned about the aggressive play from Amad down this right hand side, bringing their players back to help condense that space. But in turn, what is that giving you? That's giving you acres of space for your players to move into. You've already got Lindelof being a little bit more aggressive, and notice the positioning of Leny Yoro right here. He's going to be key a little bit later in the way that he positions himself from a more aggressive manner. So as we forward this on, you've got Amad willing to take the player on, and that's key. Amad has the ability to go into a 1v1 and more than likely win it on a lot of occasions, and this gives United a freedom to be able to take this space. Now immediately when you're pushing through an Athletic Club player, when you're bypassing that defensive action, you're naturally dropping this entire team. And in dropping that entire team, you're giving extra space. And it's that space that is going to be afforded to United that United are then going to utilise. Amad blazes past the Athletic Club player and takes this space. And now from this moment, it's about whether he has the quality to get it into the box. He does, but United don't manage to get ahead on it. But notice the positioning of these players. You've got nearly 5 players in and around the penalty area, 6 if you're including Amad. It's really good, but as I say, they don't get the ball. They recycle possession through Shaw, and it goes back to, yep, you guessed it, Leny Yoro. Look at this aggressive positioning from him, really good. He's had a definite instructional change from Ruben Amorim to allow him to progress forwards. Now we need to take a note of Mason Mount. Remember that positioning that I talked about? Similar to Bruno Fernandes in the way he reads the game, in the way he sees the game and puts himself. It's really good between two Athletic Club players. Remember, there are a lot of players around here, so it's difficult to find space. But as Leny Yoro drives, he's now looking for a pass. It's this pass here from Yoro that's absolutely fantastic and opens up the space for Mount. Now it's this touch with his right foot, the little Cruyff turn, that gives Mount the time. It's 1 second, but it's a crucial second. It's this second that means that he doesn't need to take another touch, that gives him the ability to swivel on one foot and then take the shot. If he takes an extra touch, he gets smothered by the Athletic Club players and doesn't have the ability to shoot. But it's this touch right here that gives him the ability to get himself a shot on target. As he swivels, look at how far he is away from the Athletic Club players, not only because of the brilliant piece of skill, but the way he's executed it. And that gives himself the time, the ability, and the real chance to go and take a shot. He obviously scores, and it puts United 1-1. It's a fantastic goal, but it's really created by the dynamic play from Amad, the recycling of possession, the aggressive positioning of Yoro, and also the brilliant play from Mount. It's an all-round fantastic goal that wouldn't have happened without Ruben Amorim's brilliant changes. Let's take a look at one more example. This is in the build-up to Man United's third goal. And in this goal, we see a clear example of the instruction that Leny Yoro has been given, the clear example of the brilliant play of Amad, and the way they're able to take the space that's been afforded to them by these Athletic Club players. So, you've got Leny Yoro breaking with transition. He's got the ball right here. He's taking the ball, driving forwards with it. Again, a huge change from that first half. But you've also got Patrick Dorgu here, and you've got Amad. The ability for them to run with the play and then drive forwards is extremely key. Look how much space Yoro has to just drive at this Athletic Club black line. Look at how tired they are, but Yoro has taken that advantage and really run with it, literally. Notice the positioning of these two out here. It's going to be helpful for a 2v1 situation that they're going to create in just a moment. Look at this, you've got Dorgu picking up the ball, really, really good, and you've got an outside run from Amad that's going to take that play away. Dorgu's going to play the ball through, and it's then going to open up this channel of space. The moment that Dorgu plays this pass, you've now got Amad on his bike, using those afterburners to try and drive towards the byline. You've got him really attacking that fullback, really driving forwards, and he manages to get across in. Now, a really key point is this. Leny Yoro gets in front of the Athletic Club centre-back, and this is key because it really takes his eye off of the ball. It prevents him from really seeing it. Notice the positioning of Rasmus Højlund as well, your striker. Where do you want your striker to be? You want your striker to be in the 6-yard box. You want him to be right here. You want him to be flooding this area, ready for that poacher's goal, and that is absolutely key. You've also got a great cross from Amad that goes through the legs of the Athletic Club player, and it gives Højlund probably the easiest goal he's going to score, but I think he could do with a little bit of luck. It's a fantastic work goal, and a clear demonstration of the way that bringing Amad on completely changed the game. For that first goal, bringing Mount on completely changed the game, and really, Ruben Amorim's changes were absolutely flawless. They were fantastic, and as I said, completely swung the momentum into Manchester United's favour. Of course, they get 2 more goals, including a fantastic goal by Mason Mount late on in the game. It is a brilliant goal. It is a fantastic performance from Manchester United, which sees them go through into the final. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you made of Man United and Ruben Amorim's changes. And on top of that, how do you see them faring in the final against Tottenham? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Please do get involved in the comments. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learnt something new, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care.